Dolph time. Hey guys, welcome back to Dolph time. My name is Dolph. As always, we're gonna get back into another Mondays with Dolph. I don't know why I was thinking it's called something else. Mondays with Dolph weekly vlog. Everything's been going actually really well for me lately. Just with some stuff that came up. Like today actually is Memorial Day if you live in the US. I don't know if they do it any other country, but for Memorial Day, it's more just remembering the people who have died for us and for our country. And I personally had a grandpa I never got to meet, but he was in the Air Force and he actually died during when he was in the Air Force and everything. And I know I've had friends from all over the place, have family members and relatives that have all served. And I have other members too that served in the service or in the military. No one else on my grandpa died, but I've had other friends that had stuff where they've had family members die or relatives and stuff like that serving their country. And I just really want to always just show great appreciation for that stuff, because there's a lot of people risking their lives to keep everything that you guys might take for, that I might take for granted, or someone might take for granted, with freedom, with a lot of different things too. So I just really appreciate everything. And if you're in this military and watching this, I really appreciate what you do. You guys are amazing, and I can't thank you enough for wanting to do what you guys do. But yeah, so this whole day, this is a really cool just opportunity. If you're around and see anyone in the military or that was in the military, like maybe paying for their lunch or something like that, just really showing your appreciation for what they're doing, because there's a lot of things. Like I almost went into the military too, going into like before I graduated high school, but stuff just happened and God did stuff in my life where it didn't work out. So but yeah, it's kind of crazy how stuff would happen. Like I was actually gonna be in the process of gonna go to the Air Force Academy when stuff kind of happened in my life that I don't regret. I don't regret anything in my life around this, but where I basically had to do like a physical, which was left of the stuff for the going into the Air Force Academy, because they just want to make sure you're physically able to do the things that you can. And it was not hard stuff. It was like running 1.5 miles in under I think it was like under 15 minutes. And if I think the slowest I ever ran was like a 7-minute mile. So like total that'd be 9-ish minutes, 10 minutes. So like that's not hard. There's just a lot of stuff. It was just like at the time I was like, yeah, this part won't be hard. But God really did a lot of stuff in my life, with opening a lot of different doors, and closing some doors too, where just basically, I just had this feeling like basically if I kept going in this direction, I would not enjoy my life. So I decided not to go that direction, because I was actually going to go into astronautical engineering. And if you guys don't know what that means building spaceships pretty much. And I actually heard about some stuff recently with NASA. I actually, unironically, I'm wearing a NASA shirt today, but where I kind of don't want NASA to be around anymore, or at least to not try to build spaceships in the degree that they're trying to do. Because one of the things that they're wanting to do, like I don't know if you guys know what SpaceX is, and then also Jeff Bezos, who's the guy that runs Amazon, started, I don't remember what his like basically space program is called, or space organization is called. But like with SpaceX, if you guys didn't see, that was the video like a couple months ago where he shot a spaceship into orbit, and they even had a Tesla strapped in there. And the crazy thing is the rockets that launched the ship into the atmosphere like landed simultaneously at the same time. And he's reused a bunch of stuff. And like honestly, with what NASA plans on doing, which does not sound good, with some experts that I've listened to about stuff where like basically Lockheed Martin and I can't remember who else, they got this like stronghold on like military contracts for everything, and basically it's all through politician like lobbying and stuff like that, which is not great. to the politicians, basically like, hey, if you support what we do, we'll give you money for campaigning, all that kind of stuff. And it's just annoying because what their plan is, like their spaceship, that's like a one-time use. And the one guy I listened to really put it out really well. This is just an analogy, but let's just say I was gonna fly you to, let's say you're in California, I was gonna fly you to New York, and I was gonna buy you a Boeing 747, which is like around $250,000, I think, or maybe it's more. Maybe it's probably way more than that, actually. I don't know. However much it is, I think it's like maybe it's $250 million. It's something like that. It's a lot of money. And so basically, once I drop you off at New York, I'm just gonna let the plane just go off into the Atlantic. And is that the Atlantic? Whatever, the ocean next to, I think it's Atlantic. Or is it Pacific? I always get those mixed up, but I'll just say Atlantic. You just let it go out into the ocean. You just let it die out there, and then I'll buy you a new Boeing 747 to come back. But once I drop you off in California, we're just gonna like drop the airplane off into that ocean too. And that's like the NASA's plan for trying to go, like, if we want to go back to the moon. And with that, it's like $1 billion. I think it's, I don't know if it's exact, I don't know if it's over, it's either a little under, a little over $1 billion pretty much for the spaceships that go in. And with SpaceX, the guy was talking about how Elon Musk, who owns that company, he's used that same ship around 15 times, or like launching it and bringing it back down and everything. And same with Jeff Bezos, the other company, they've reused a ton of stuff. And I think he, or at least with Elon Musk, he's made 10 different spaceships, and with reusing them and everything, it's been under $1 billion. So I wish, with how everything is with NASA, I love NASA, I always love space and everything. I wish that the government would just contract them, basically say like, hey, this is what we want, this is where we want to go in the next certain X amount of years with where we want to do. Whoever can do this first will get the contract to be the person in charge of whatever, going to the moon or colonizing the moon or going to Mars or whatever. And I feel like that would save I guess I don't know how much money they would be doing everything, but I feel like they could save a good chunk of money doing that. Because then it's Elon Musk, it could be Lockheed Martin still with NASA stuff, and everyone just competing for that. So I always love competition in open market because that's gonna breed a lot of innovation. That's also gonna breed a lot of better scenarios with everything. Unless it's just like with anything, with like kind of how like this is completely different, but how like internet is and everything. There's certain companies, especially all over the US, there's like monopolies pretty much of certain areas, and you can only, like, at least where I'm at, you can only get like 1 or 2 services, and there's tons of different internet companies around the US are available, but you can't get them in certain areas. And basically like, hey, these are the 2 you got, and so like this is what you're gonna do. But if there's competition, that would drive these companies, if they want to keep the people, to provide better internet, to provide more to more people and everything. So that's just like one thing I would personally love to do, that, because that just breeds competition. And I just know how Elon Musk is, and Jeff Bezos, where Jeff Bezos, if you guys don't know, the guy that owns Amazon, he's the richest guy in the world. He owns the Washington Post. He owns like the space company. He owns so much crap. He's literally the richest person in the whole world. And there's been interviews with him asking like, why do you still have a drive? And he's just like, I just want more. Like that kind of person. If you have Elon Musk, who's the same person too, if you have those two butting heads, like they're gonna push that so hard. It's like what it was when NASA or when the US and Russia were trying to go to the moon first time. All that stuff, like there's so much stuff that came out of, that we use now, that came out of the space program with stuff. So it's like crazy, like memory foam that we have in like beds and stuff like that, that's from NASA. Like stuff like that, where that kind of competition, like a byproduct of that is like innovation and stuff like that too. So I wish that was a thing. I wish NASA would just kind of like, they can still maybe go for some stuff, but making an open market. Basically just say like, hey, if you can do the first person to do this, like go for it, that kind of thing. Just because I personally, one of my big dreams in my life is sometime in my lifetime I want to go into space. I'm not saying, because I don't know if it's still a thing, I'd have to look, but like maybe it was like only a couple years ago, but I think it's like 3 or 4 years ago, Elon Musk said that they're hit in by like it's either 2022 or 2032 that they're planning on sending people to Mars on a one-way trip. So like, I don't want to do that kind of thing, but I would personally love to do like the zero gravity stuff and everything, or just be in space and see the Earth from space is like one of my biggest dreams that I'd love to do. And I always love those videos where they basically, if you don't know, like you see like where people are like floating in a space or an aircraft. All it is doing is literally it's just going like this and then diving and through, and I think it's like 20 to 30 seconds or so of that like zero gravity, and it's just free fall. It's literally just free fall, and so it only lasts for like half a minute. And I love to do that sometime, but I know that's not cheap. That's really expensive. I think if I was to do it myself, I think it's like 20 grand or something like that. It is not cheap. Well, it makes sense too, because it's a big jet going up and down. So I personally really love to do that. That's definitely one of my goals in life. So, but yeah, that's one thing I always love, that kind of I'm definitely love capitalism to a point where it, like, if you have an open market on things, it's just gonna drive competition, and it's just gonna make cool stuff happen for everything. If it's not just 100% like the organizations controlling everything, the government, which could be, if you guys have never seen, I'm trying to think of what, I know one of them, I watched one was called Fringe, I think, where it's kind of that thing where the government runs pretty much everything in the future, or not the government, or businesses do. So it's just kind of like finding that fine line of, basically I would love to have that kind of stuff happen. So enough of that rant. But I hope you guys had an awesome weekend, and if you guys are in the US, hope you're having an awesome Memorial Day with everything. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up for you guys with everything, with some games I got coming out soon. I definitely finished one of my games recently, and I got some games coming back to me. I'm really torn. I don't know if you guys would prefer one, but I'm getting hopefully tomorrow I should be getting, I was hoping to get this on Friday to do a live stream of it. I'm supposed to get Assassin's Creed Origin, which is supposed to be really, really good. It's supposed to be one of the better Assassin's Creed games in a while. And then also I got sent in the mail Doom, the newest Doom that came out. It's either this year or like last year sometime, and it looks freaking amazing. And I'm really torn on what I should play in like a let's play, like on videos, but also what I should play in a live stream. And I might mix in both. But I definitely plan on live streaming today with everything. I plan on doing some more Destiny. So Destiny 2, I should say. That game's a ton of fun. I definitely have been enjoying it a lot. There's definitely a learning curve where it kind of just throws you into the game, just like, here you go. And if I personally, like me, I never had touched any Destiny games ever. Like, I played Bungie games like Halo and stuff, but I personally never touched any of this stuff. So I'll like the first like 2 streams, or the first stream, I was just like, I don't really know what's happening, and I was having video issues, if you guys look back to, with it not capturing the gameplay, which is super frustrating because I've done Overwatch a ton and I thought it'd be the same since it's on the same BattleNet thing. But I got it fixed. It's all good with everything and stuff. So I'm excited to see where this goes. If you guys have any games you guys want me to play, there's definitely some games this year I really, really want to play when they comes out. I definitely want to play the new Spider-Man game that's coming out, the new Last of Us 2 that's coming out. Like I'm playing Darksiders, and then I got Darksiders 2. There's a third one supposedly coming out this year. I'm just excited to see what comes out and play tons of fun games. Still gonna play. I don't know if I want to like put too much footage of it or maybe do more live streams of it, but I still play a lot of Fortnite, but it's usually like on my time. Like I'm just usually just playing with friends and just hanging out. So this is kind of up to what you guys would want to do, but I really appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. I don't know if I said this, but if you're new to this channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. I put out new videos every single day. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, put out 2. Also hit that bell next to the subscribe button, because there's a lot of not great things that, if you guys didn't see, come out about how YouTube is testing how much you would want to watch certain things in your subscription feed, not chronological order, and it's just testing, but that's a slippery slope to getting into actually having it happen. So like Ethan from H3H3 talked about it, and like PewDiePie and stuff like that too, and it just really like is not, it's not even like, it is a bummer for my channel, for anyone that watches my stuff, or any of you guys that watch this stuff, but it's more for me too, because I do watch a decent amount of YouTube when I'm just like editing or stuff like that. And if it's not coming in chronological order, and it's more like the homepage or recommended stuff where you don't know what this stuff is, it's gonna be super annoying. I'm gonna be annoyed if that is like if it turns more into like how Facebook is or anything like that, where it's more like just trying to keep people hooked on stuff, which like if you just keep the subscription feeds, people you want to watch. So I don't know, I just would just be annoyed if I saw like Logan Paul or stuff like that come in to my video or in my subscription feed like some people had. So but I really appreciate everything. You guys are amazing. But God, I pray be with everyone watching these videos and on this channel. God, I pray take care of them, that you bless them, that they just keep having more and more people come to this awesome community, and let it be a great spot on this platform. And God, I pray be with them, that you take care of their needs and their just wants and everything that they're going for. God, I pray that you just let them be able to go after their passions and be happy with everything they're going through, God. And I just thank you for who you are and what you do in my life. God, I pray you give me wisdom to know where I should be doing on this channel, and just the jobs and passions I'm going at and everything. And God, I pray you just have favor and prosperity and all that, and then you just help me be the man that you called me to be. So I just thank you for who you are and what you do and what you continue to do in my life, God. So I just pray this on your name. Amen. Well, hope you guys are having an awesome day and an awesome week. And if you remember nothing else too, remember it's Dolph time. All right, I'll see you guys later.